Okay, estate planning can be overwhelming. I mean, there's so many questions to ask. Do you need a will? Do you need a trust? Where do you begin? What do you need to organize? Who's going to be in control of you and helping you if you become incapacitated? Who's going to make medical decisions? What medical decisions do you want people to make? I mean, before you know it, you're just overwhelmed and you're spinning your wheels trying to get a good plan in place. But you've got to plan. We all know that one day we are going to pass away, and so we've got to put a plan in place so our family isn't confused, and so there's not just an overwhelming amount of pain after we're gone, so that there's not that stress and suffering. So we have to have a good plan, but how do you get it? Well, don't worry. We've set some time aside to make this video for you and also to create this awesome checklist that will actually protect you and your family for a lifetime and beyond. And we're going to go over that checklist right now. Before we do that, remember, Benjamin Franklin said, failing to plan is planning to fail. You don't want to do that. And so when is the best time to plan? Well, there's an old Chinese proverb that says the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago or today. And so just like that, your estate plan, the best time to do it is today if you haven't done it already. And if it needs to be updated, the best time to update it is today. So now that we've got all those sayings and all those quotes and all those proverbs out of the way, let's take a look at the checklist. So what do you need to get peace of mind? What's going to give you and your family the kind of plan that's going to protect them? Well, at Oath Planning, what we say is there are major decisions that need to be made. And so those decisions are who's going to be in control of your assets if you're incapacitated? What happens if you have a stroke or a car accident and you're unable to make financial decisions? Who's going to be able to get into your bank? Who's going to be able to pay your bills? You've got to determine who that person is. If you need help or if you need a professional to do that, we can do that. But a lot of times it's also your family. Number two is, if you can't make medical decisions, who's going to be making your medical decisions for you? Now, if you pass away or if you are left in an incapacitated state and unable to make your medical decisions, someone in your family is going to have to do that. And if you don't have a plan in place, there's not going to be any clarity. And there is going to be fighting, and there is going to be stress, and someone's going to make a decision and somebody else is going to think it's the wrong decision. And before you know it, now you've got a big family conflict. You creating a good plan, an oath plan, is going to smooth that out for your family. Your family's going to have something to hang their hat on when they have to decide whether or not to take you off life support or to leave you on. And after you pass away, the next decision that you're going to have to make is who's going to get your stuff and how. If you're married, you got to decide, do you want your spouse to get everything? And if so, do you want to protect, in the event your spouse remarries, do you want to protect your stuff from the new step-husband or the step-wife? Okay, that's something you got to think about, maybe never thought about before. You've got to think, when your kids and your grandkids inherit, do you want to protect their stuff in case they're in a divorce? Do you want to protect the stuff that you leave them in case they're in a car accident or have a lawsuit filed against them? Okay? And you don't have to remember everything, or you don't have to write all this stuff down, because it's all right here, and you can download this to-do list just right off our website. And then lastly, you need to decide if you've got minor children, like minor young children or minor grandchildren, how do you want them to inherit? Do you want them to be in control of their stuff, or do you want to provide them some structure and some protection over time? So those are some of the decisions that you need to make. Don't worry if you haven't made them all right now. What a good attorney will do, what a good law firm will do, is give you the expertise and get you to answer those decisions in an informed way. So part of the estate planning process is getting help and advice about how to make those decisions. Those decisions need to be made, but there are also things that need to be organized. So let's talk about what needs to be organized. Well, first of all, what bank accounts do you have? Your bank accounts, savings accounts, money market accounts, checking accounts. You need to organize those. What about safety deposit boxes? You need to know where the location is and organize who can access them. Because if you pass away, somebody's going to have to do that. Insurance policies, life insurance, health insurance, car insurance, homeowners insurance, those are all important things to get organized. pension plans, retirement accounts, 401ks, IRAs, all those types of things, you need to get organized. You need to know who the beneficiaries are. And more importantly, whenever you pass away, somebody needs to be able to access those accounts, and somebody needs to be able to make decisions about them. Investment in portfolio is the same thing. Then your family needs to know, where's your will? Where's your trust? Who's in charge? What about your power of attorney? And make sure a power of attorney is not a blank check. You want to make sure it's expanded and has details in it. Your trust documents, do you have them? Do you need them? You need to make sure you know that. Your advance directive, do you have a DNR? There's a big hint here, you probably don't have a DNR. You maybe think you do, but you probably don't. Talk to an attorney about the differences between an advance directive and a DNR. What about your professionals? Do you have a life insurance agent? Do you have a financial advisor, an accountant? You need to get that all lined out for your family. And then your proof of relationships and who's in your family and how you're related. That all needs to be maintained and documented. And finally, do you have any automatically renewing prescriptions that might need to be turned off whenever you pass away? What about your email accounts? What about your online businesses with eBay, with Amazon? Do you have any of those? If you do, that's important. And then what about your social media? So we've all got a Facebook account. Who's going to be in control of that when you're no longer able to be? You need to get that documented. We can help you here at Oath Planning make sure that you have a delegate named who can contact Facebook, who can contact Instagram, and turn those accounts over into legacy accounts or close them down, and you get to decide that. So this checklist is going to organize you, but more important than this checklist is getting legal advice and a legally binding plan that is going to protect you, the things that you value, and the people that you love. Now here at Oath Planning, all of our clients have that legally binding plan, that holistic plan that takes into account all of their assets and all of the people that they love. And more importantly, our Oath Planning clients and their families, or the people that they delegate, get access online to all of this information. We help you build it, and then you and your family can access it. And we're here to help your family administer everything to make it as easy as possible with the least amount of stress on your family, the least amount of confusion, so that the things that you value go to the people that you love. So, of course, we think the Oath Plan is the best plan, but at the very least, create your plan. What I want you to do now to get this checklist, go to our website and download it. It's right there for you. Just enter in your email, download the checklist. We're going to give this away right off the bat. If you want to know more about how we can help you plan, then schedule a vision call. You can go right onto the website and schedule a vision call. Get on the phone with me or an attorney who works here at Oath, and we'll talk to you about your specific situation so we can give you legal advice and tell you what we think, in our opinion, based on your vision for your estate, is going to be the best plan for you.